Good morning, everyone. This is an iconic and historic day in the history of Shivnada School, Faridabad. As we get ready for a day full of celebrations, you are about to witness an enriching journey of our achievements and learnings. So stay tuned till the end. We would start with a message by our principal, Anju ma'am.
Dear parents and children, the year 2020 has been one of tremendous surprises and surging creativity. If nothing else, it has taught us how to convert stumbling blocks into stepping stones. I am delighted and proud to share that 9-year-young Kshitij Goyal of Grade 4 has won sterling commendation from the jury at the Young Innovator Design Challenge 2020. It was an all-India event where students of grades 6 to 12 pitched ideas and prototypes to fight COVID in innovative ways. Kshitij was the youngest participant. He faced the jury of stalwart scientists with confidence and conviction. He defended his creation, a mask called Sanjeevani. I will leave him to talk more about it here. I am certain you join me in congratulating him and his parents.
Hello, I'm Kshitij Goyal from 4th semester. I want to tell you about my project. I like to call it an automatic resuscitator. It is a low-cost portable ventilator which can help patients who need assisted breathing, and it can also help us against the fight in COVID-19. My project has won 2 awards: the Jury Award for the Most Innovative Idea and the Audience Choice Award. This competition was organized by NXP Semiconductors and I was the youngest person to participate. I prepared for 3 months for 4 rounds of evaluation. I'm feeling really happy that this competition has been covered by India Today and Aaj Tak. I'm thankful for my school which provides me encouragement and inspiration to do activities like this. Thank you.
Dear parents, our new Council of Students has just taken the oath to serve the school and discharge their duties with love and care. The digital election process we followed was undoubtedly the first, and clearly the primary children have upended the bar of innovation by participating in a fair and impartial online election process. My congratulations go out to Arav, Twisha, Nitika, Ritvik, Tavish, Jashit, Saksham, Manya Gandhi, Devina, Shiven, Raghavendra, Abir, Manya Agarwal, Arshia, Kshitij, Atharv, Naisha, Yashasvi, Jaisnavi, Purvi and Myra. Join me in congratulating these children for being elected as the Junior Council representatives.
Now we will start with the oath ceremony of our new council. I solemnly swear that I will diligently execute the responsibilities of student council representative.
Responsibilities of student council representative.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
I will uphold, promote and support
I will uphold, promote and support
ideas, activities and constitution
the ideas, activities and constitution
of the Shivnada School Faridabad Student Council.
of the Shivnada School Faridabad Student Council.
I will serve as a positive role model,
I will serve as a positive role model,
leader
leader,
and voice for the student population
and voice for the student population,
and represent them
and represent them
as well as possible.
as well as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, we bring to you the online version of Funkaar with the hope that you will experience the same sense of joy and exuberance that the children have felt in stitching this together for you, while being in their homes, removed by distance but aligned by the same ethos, artistic bent, appreciation for beauty, and love for each other. To delve deeper in the Indian art forms, grades 3 to 5 have explored the culture and art of the state of Telangana over the last few weeks. You will see some of that unfolding here. My congratulations to all children, their teachers and parents for the immense effort to put together this extraordinary Funkaar, unique in its flavor and content. Leonard Bernstein said, "The point is, art never stopped a war and never got anybody a job. That was never its function. Art cannot change events, but it can change people. It can affect people so that they are changed, because people are changed by art. Enriched, ennobled, encouraged, they then act in a way that may affect the course of events. By the way, they behave the way they think." At Shivnada School, that's our deepest desire, that our children remain connected with the art forms for life and enjoy their journey as they grow and learn more, and continue to influence the world around them with their actions and views. Sit back and enjoy this experience with them. Thank you.
Greetings to everyone. Get ready to be charmed, as coming up next on your screen is a portrayal of Grade 4 Gee's 2020 Funkaar projects. Together with our teachers, we embarked on the first ever journey of an online Funkaar event, overcame hurdles and reached our destination with novel learning experiences. We hope to share the same with you all in the next few minutes. Our 2020 Funkaar projects included: Number 1. Maths through visual arts. Exploring folktales through theatre. The Funkaar project helped us discover our individual artistic expression. And by narrating the folktales from Telangana, we not only understood the different elements of the folktale, but we were also able to build upon our confidence and communication skills.
Storytelling, it's before, long time ago, we don't have television, we don't have a radio, we don't have a movie, we don't have like a telephone. So people, to say story, they use voice. So it's important, storytelling, it's not writing on book, it's oral.
This is the story of an intelligent woman called Buddhimati. She lived in a village in Andhra Pradesh. Her husband, Vishnu Rao, was a poor Brahmin, but in spite of his poverty, he loved to invite people to his house for meals. Buddhimati and her children often had to sleep hungry. She did not like this at all.
At last, Buddhimati had an idea. The next afternoon, when another unwanted guest came to her house, she welcomed him with a broad smile. Vishnu Rao came to the room and spread out a mat for his guest and went out to take a bath in the river. Then, Buddhimati entered the room with a stout wooden stick and started performing a puja in front of the stick.
The Brahmin had never seen anything like this before. He asked her, "What on earth are you trying to do?" Buddhimati turned to the Brahmin and said that if she purified the stick with a puja, then the god will forgive her husband for beating up the guest.
The Brahmin jumped up in alarm and ran away. He went around telling everyone never to go to Vishnu Rao's house for a meal if they did not want to get beaten up by a stick. People stopped accepting Vishnu Rao's invitations and Buddhimati finally got rid of unwanted guests. The moral of the story is to never be greedy and to always put your family first.
The title of the story is The
The fall of the ego. There was once a proud and arrogant scholar who had many disciples. He was a respected and feared man who had always inspired awe in his students. One day he asked one of his students to go to the village to fetch some items for him. The disciple readily agreed and left. On his journey, he saw that the river was calm, but when he fetched the items from the village and returned to the river, he saw it had turned wild and had started to surge. Guruji will need these items on time. I must return them before it's too late, he thought.
So, out of desperation, he held Guru's items in his hands and began reciting the words Guru Charnam, Guru Charnam, Guru Charnam repeatedly. And as he did so, a miracle took place. The river slowly parted and he began making his way through the river. The disciples on the opposite side of the shore were very worried, for they thought he may drown or get washed away by the river. Meanwhile, the boy, however, crossed the river and came back to the Guru.
On reaching the Guru, he first touched his feet and handed over the items he had been told to fetch. Everyone asked the boy how he crossed the river. The boy simply responded, "I never saw the river. I just closed my eyes and spoke Guru Charnam. Came here." Now the Guru thought, if this mad disciple has this power, then he should have it too. So in the morning he got into the river and started reciting Na Charnam instead of Guru Charnam. He kept saying Na Charnam. The river almost swept him away. His disciples saw him drowning and rescued him with a stick. The Guru learned his lesson and never felt proud again.
Unsolved mystery. Once upon a time in Andhra Pradesh, there ruled a very generous king. Every day, two beggars would visit the king. One was old and the other one was a young man. When the king gave donations to them, the older beggar would always say, "God provides." But the younger beggar would always say, "Our king provides." The king got irritated of the older beggar and decided to teach him a lesson.
The next day he told the beggar to walk down a road one by one where he had placed a purse filled with gold. Then he questioned them, "Did you find anything on the road?" "No, your majesty," said the younger beggar. The older beggar said, "Yes, I did. Found a purse of gold. As I always say, God provides." The displeased king then gave a pumpkin filled with silver coins to the younger beggar.
As the younger beggar walked down the road with the pumpkin, he thought, I can cook it and I can't eat it raw. What will I do with this pumpkin? He thought. He sold the pumpkin to the shopkeeper for a few coins. Soon after, the older beggar came to the shopkeeper, begging. The shopkeeper felt sorry for him. He called him and gave him the pumpkin. The older beggar took the pumpkin to his hut and decided to cook it. As soon as he cut it, he was delighted to find silver coins and said, "God provides, God is great."
The next morning, the king eagerly waited for the beggars. When they reached, he asked them, "Did anything exciting happen to you yesterday?" "No, your majesty, but I earned a few coins by selling the pumpkin you gave me," said the young beggar.
The old beggar said, "I was blessed. Yesterday the shopkeeper gave me a pumpkin. When I cut it, I found it filled with silver coins. As I always say, God provides." The king gave up and learned his lesson.
Yes, teacher. One day, some friends in a village decided to bathe in a river. The river had a scorpion in its water and was struggling to come out of it. One of those friends saw the scorpion in the water and tried to throw it towards the banks of the river in order to save it.
But every time the boy tried to pull the scorpion out of the water, it would sting him and the boy would drop the scorpion back in the river. His friends warned him of the scorpion's venom. They asked him to stop being so foolish.
The boy replied by saying that he had no choice but to save it. Just like the scorpion's instinct is to sting, it was his instinct to save the scorpion. His friends suggested that it would be wise to seek help, but risking one's own life was not a good idea at all.
It is said, help others, but also keep yourself safe. You don't need to take all the risks in order to save someone. All the friends then gathered with a towel, scooped the scorpion out of the water and saved it.
Then the son went on a journey. Huja preferred that his son ride the donkey and he himself walk on foot. On the way they met some people who said, "Look, what a healthy young boy. That is your youth for today. No respect for elders." He himself ride the donkey and make his poor father walk.
The boy felt very ashamed and requested his father to ride the donkey. Hoja mounted the donkey and the boy walked at his side. A little later they met some other pupil who said, "Well, look at that poor boy has to walk while his father rides the donkey."
He then told his son that the best thing to do was for both of them to walk. Then nobody can complain, so they continued on their journey, both of them walking.
A little way down the road they met some others who said, "Look at those fools! Both of them are walking under that hot sun and neither of them is riding the donkey." Hodja turned to his son and said, "My dear son, see how hard it is to escape the criticism of men."
Tenali Rama and the Foolish Thieves. A gang of thieves was robbing every house in Vijayanagar kingdom. The city chief was troubled as his guards were unable to catch the thieves. He called Tenali Rama. The next day, Rama told his wife to spread a rumor that there is a bag of gold coins at home. The news spread like wildfire.
The thieves too got hold of it and they decided to rob Rama's house. The next night when thieves came to rob their house, Rama raised his voice and told his wife, "My dear, let's put all our wealth in a big box and drop it in the well. It will be safe underwater."
Thieves went to the well and began to talk to each other. One of the thieves asked, "The box seems to be big and quite heavy. How do we get it out?" Their leader said, "Let's drain all the water from the well. Then we can easily get down and lift the box."
Everyone agreed to this and started to drain the water from the well. When they finally got the box, they were stunned to see only stones and rocks in it. Before they could come out of shock, the city guards came in and captured the gang. How Tenali Rama got the gang was the talk of the town for days.
हिंदी में बच्चों ने गुजरात की लोक कथा मुफ्त को पढ़ते हुए लोक कथा विधा को जाना। अपने इसी ज्ञान और समझ को दर्शाते हुए उन्होंने तेलंगाना राज्य की लोक कथाएं लिखी और वहाँ की संस्कृति को सुंदर चित्रों के साथ अपनी कथा में दर्शाया।
you just witnessed was a testimony to the holistic education that Shiv Nadar School provides. An event like this cannot happen overnight, and the wheels start rolling weeks ago. And commitment from many people is needed to make it a success. It is my honor and privilege today to extend the vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all those who made our first ever virtual Funkaar possible. With immense appreciation, I would first like to thank our students for their tireless efforts. Dear children, without your participation and invaluable contribution, this culmination would not have been so successful. Thank you to each one of you for such a creative demonstration of your learnings. Next, I would like to thank you, dear parents, for your enormous cooperation. Culminating the event online would not have been possible without your time and continuous support. You have been our true pedagogical partners in this journey. Thank you to my team of the most dedicated teachers, both scholastic and co-scholastic, for working day and night and providing such rich experiences to our children and making learning a joyful experience. A special thanks to Bhagya for helping us compile such lovely videos. Lastly, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our principal Anju ma'am for guiding us throughout and showing us the right path. She is undoubtedly a pillar of strength to each one of us. Once again, a big thank you. We hope you enjoyed the presentations. Have a good day.